Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I am the president and founder of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a lender that operates a little bit differently. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining us today so we can have an opportunity to explain a little bit about what makes us different. And then I also have my co-host on today who will go over a little bit more in detail about how it works and show the back end. And then also our mentor here and sales manager with 27 years of experience can kind of talk a little bit more about how that means for the traditional models. So first, let me get into a little bit about what makes us different. So most of you probably joined from this page and checked out the meeting. So please check out the video if you haven't. But really what I want to talk about here is kind of the bullet points of what really makes us different. So as I mentioned, we are a lender and we are a non-delegated correspondent. So what that means for us is the best of both worlds. So we have built this model at a FDIC bank as a large branch at a regular bank, a large branch at a brokerage under the broker model, and a large branch under the non-del and delegated models. And we find that the non-delegated model works best for how we operate, which we'll get into in a second. So when we're non-delegated, we are allowed to both broker and be a correspondent. So that's really what makes us a little bit different. We have access to over 60 different lenders to do wholesale broker business, which you guys might be familiar if you're in the broker world. And we are also a lender where we have 25 correspondent investors where we are the lender and we can then sell that loan to those investors. So we're able to wear both hats here and use both channels, which have different benefits for us as well. So really why we do that is because we operate under a different business model here. So what we're really all about is leads. So Kyle will show you exactly how that looks in a second here. But what really makes us different is we are based on leads, unlimited leads at a 50-50 split. And that's because myself and Kyle come from a background of marketing and advertising and lead generation. So we're able to base our whole CRM platform that we built on leads and lead generation. So how do we really operate that and execute that? Again, is with our proprietary mortgage CRM, with our dialer system, and a bunch of other stuff that builds into that as well. So just like any CRM, we can manage all our contacts, all the things you could do with any CRM out there, all the dialing you could do with any CRM out there. But what really makes it special is when we start to apply our APIs. So included with that is our free custom website with our 1003 application API integration. And what that really means is a customer can sign up on your website. Every MLO gets a website just like you're looking at here. Click any of our lead forms, instantly sign up as a lead, complete their application, their 1003. That 1003 would automatically be put into Encompass and automatically generated, automatically pull credit, all that kind of great stuff using the APIs. So that allows us to communicate with other programs that go along with the lending platform that we're building. So when we put that all together with our CRM, our POS, if you're familiar with that, the point of sale system, and our LOS, our loan origination system, our APIs integrate with over 30 different parts that come together to make that all seamless. So you guys as LOs don't have to log in anywhere else, and your borrowers don't ever have to log into anywhere else. And we can do pricing, we can do Encompass, we can do account check, VOE, VOI, we can do all of the 1003 stuff, we can pull the credit instantly, we can do anything you would need to do on a loan instantly, all from our platform, because we still use the services you're all used to, but we do it through an API, which allows us to use one single login, one single platform to do absolutely everything for a loan start to finish. So that's really what makes us special, is we built this software from the ground up. What you're about to see that Kyle will show you on the actual back end, we've written every line of code for. So it's built for us, by us, exactly how we operate our business, which is really what makes us very different here. Another thing that we saw going from all the different business models that we built is the lack of training. So we do daily live trainings, just like we're here as a group. We love to do group trainings. 5 days a week, we have a different group training for our team on different topics. We bring in lender partners, all the different things that you would need to get your business in order. And we also are very passionate about one-on-one trainings as well. So what that means is if you're stuck on a file, you can either book a meeting with myself or Jose or anybody else who can get you unstuck, right? If you're stuck on DU, you need to tweak something, you can't figure it out. We need someone to actually set a meeting, take over your computer screen and actually click the buttons that you need to click in order to get you unstuck. So we're really passionate about connecting one-to-one on that basis. And since we're all remote, we can do it instantly through Zoom. We're also very passionate about allowing you to get live support. So if you need an instant help, a real quick thing, some DU things are real easy, right? Just click one button, you got one little thing messed up, you can log into our Zoom support room where we have 3 processors that are full-time in there to help you get unstuck. So they can, again, take over your screen click the button or show you what to click to get you unstuck from wherever you are. We also have our online training center, which is more of a curriculum, right? A school where you can go through and review. So if you're stuck on a part that you know you've already went through, you can obviously go back and review those online training centers in order to get unstuck from wherever you are. The other part that comes into the training is our knowledge center. So we have thousands of videos and articles and resources from ourselves. Obviously, myself have posted a bunch of videos. Jose posted a bunch of videos. All of our team members post a bunch of videos. But then we bring in our partners, right? So all of our lenders and partners also have how-to videos, program videos, matrices, guidelines, all that kind of great stuff. All of our resources are in one place, so you can search anything that you're about to do in our internal knowledge base. As I mentioned before, we are all about leads. So Kyle will show you how this works in a second, but if you guys already have leads, that is excellent. We would love to work with you as well and integrate those into our lead-based CRM. So Kyle will show you how to route your leads into our system if you already have them set up. Also, if you don't have them set up, no problem. We want all of our MLOs to have their own lead generation campaigns as well in order to generate their own business. So Kyle will show you guys how to set that up under your own business so you don't have a lead split on those leads that you're generating for yourself. This next bullet is something that I'm very passionate about when I work with my clients and have in the past is the DSCR loans. So business purpose loans for investors. We can do those in states outside of our license footprint. So we're licensed for regular loans in 15 states, conventional primary loans, all that great stuff. But when we work with our investors who are doing business purpose investment loans, we can do those commercial loans outside of our state license footprint, which allows us to take care of our investors. So most of my clients have 10, 20, 30 properties. I want to be able to help them in all the different areas they may own properties and still keep that relationship with that client. And the final bullet point here that we always love to talk about is no monthly fees. There's no tech fees or desk fees. Everything you see, we've built from the ground up for us, by us. So we're not going to have to bring any fees on, pass any fees on to you guys because we don't have any fees because we're not paying for a CRM service or a POS or a LOS and having to incur a cost per seat. We've built everything from the ground up and use the APIs to push that through. So there are no hidden fees of any kind, which holds up a lot of people in other business models. So what you'll see here, we're going to go into the compensation is exactly what you'll get paid. There is no hidden fees or any kind of other fees behind the scenes. So what we have are 3 basic plans for compensation. Again, since we're a little bit different, this is what works best for our model, which again is kind of lead and technology based. So obviously everybody's drawn to the senior loan officer plan. We'll talk about this one first. Everybody wants to make the maximum commission. We want you guys to make maximum commission too. This is great. So once you become a senior loan officer, you're going to make 200 basis points on your regular loans, the ones we're all used to, which is our conventional non-QM. And for those unfamiliar, 200 basis points is a 2% commission. So great commission there once you get rocking and rolling. And as soon as you do 6 loans, you'll get upgraded to a senior loan officer. So how do you get there? You just close 6 loans to upgrade to a senior loan officer because we operate a little bit differently. We want to make sure everybody knows how to do loans. Now, the bullet points here, what's included, everything we just talked about and everything we're about to show you. We're also including unlimited company leads. Obviously, our senior loan officers get all the best leads. And most importantly, they receive leads from our loan officer assistants, which are at the other end of the spectrum here. So we'll talk about that in a second. But basically, our senior loan officers are going to get all the referrals from our team members who may be not ready to do those loans. There are also team leader opportunities. So once you become a senior loan officer, there are levels above that where you can then teach a team and help disclose those files, maybe even run a branch, whatever you want to do to then become a team leader and teach other people how to become senior loan officers. And of course, we have recruiting bonuses at all levels, which Kyle can talk about a little more details later. Now, how do we get to senior loan officer? Everybody's going to start as a loan officer just because we operate a little bit differently. I'm sure a lot of people have come from great business models with great experience, but we do things a little bit differently. So we want to make sure everybody knows how we operate and how to wear 2 different hats in the broker world and the lender world at the same time, which is a little bit different. So we start our loan officers at 150 basis points, and that's for the conventional non-QM stuff that everybody's used to, and that's a 1.5% commission. You're still going to have access to everything we're about to show you on the CRM and the software. You're still going to have access to all the company leads, and you're still going to be able to get unlimited leads at a 50-50 split. So basically, if you take a company lead as a loan officer, you're going to make 75 basis points or 0.75 commission. And if you're a senior loan officer and you take a company lead, you're going to make 50% of this, which is 100 basis points or 1% commission. So pretty simple structure there. Both loan officers and senior loan officers will have access to the leads at a split. So we welcome you to take our leads, try them out, get those 6 loans done. And as soon as you get those 6 loans where you know exactly what to do and how to do it, how to navigate our systems, you'll be a senior loan officer and be rocking and rolling on your own, be able to disclose your own files and all that good stuff. Now, the other plan we have available is what we call a loan officer assistant. Now, this is still for licensed loan officers. This just means that maybe you're newly licensed, maybe you're just getting back in the industry, maybe you're part-time right now, and you're not quite ready to sign your life away on that 1003, right? You're legally responsible for everything that happens to that loan forever. Once you sign that 1003 as a loan officer and your name, your number, your NMLS is attached to that forever, if you're not quite ready for that, you want to learn, no problem. We have a plan for you guys under our loan officer assistant, where you're going to make 75 basis points to refer your deals to a senior loan officer. So those senior loan officers are going to know exactly what to do, exactly when, exactly what buttons to press, all that kind of good stuff to get your client through to the finish line. And you are going to assist, right? So you're going to be the loan officer assistant on that deal. It's your friend, your family member, maybe you're a realtor and it's your client, but you just want to help that transaction along. You're going to be collecting all those documents as the loan officer assistant on that file. You're going to be talking to your client, your friend, your family member, and then you're going to pass that information along to the senior loan officer. They're going to ask you to get more documents. You're going to assist and basically help assist that one file. You're not the assistant for the company. You're not, a loan officer assistant in general. It just means you're not signing the 1003. You're still licensed. In order to get paid basis points, you must be licensed. So this is just for people who are still trying to learn. And as soon as you are ready, you can go ahead and upgrade to the loan officer. Maybe once you're ready to jump in full time, maybe you've referred a couple of deals and you've learned the system and you're ready to go ahead and make more commission and push it all through yourself. So these are the 3 plans we have. If you want to start slow and learn, please start as a loan officer assistant and you'll be an assistant on a couple of deals as you push those through. If you are ready to go, you already know what you're doing, you know how to sign the 1003, great. Go ahead and start as a loan officer here. We'll get you going. We'll get you your first 6 loans through the door and get you upgraded to a senior loan officer automatically there. So the next part of the presentation, we usually go about the software here. So we will have Kyle actually show you guys live how that all works. So you can go ahead and take over now, Kyle, if you're ready.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Nick. Okay, so whenever you come on board, we'll do a whole full training on this, but I just want to go through a couple of the highlights about how everything works here on the back end. So as Nick said, typical CRM, right, that we have here, you can send your emails, texts, phone calls, all the communication piles up here. You can set reminders, you can set people on action plans, automated drip campaigns, all that kind of good stuff. But one of the big things that sets the system apart here is our quoting system. So if we come here, you can put in 6 pieces of information you get from the client without pulling their credit or needing any documentation. You can one click, get the rates from all of our different investor partners for all of the different programs. And within 2 minutes, you can send your client a text and an email automatically with a nice, beautiful quote looking like this, where it shows them the different rates, what these things mean. It pulls in the Google map automatically. It pulls in the Zestimate automatically, pulls in the proposed loan info, the monthly breakdown of the taxes, insurance, the estimated closing fees. Of course, you here as the loan originator, and you can add your realtor partners to this. So your realtor partners absolutely love this. They know when they send you a client, not only can you quote them within minutes, but you can attach the realtor to the quote right here. So they're on there and you're saying, hey, we are your team and we are pushing this deal across the finish line for you. I promise you, no other loan officers are attaching realtors to what they're sending their clients and keeping their realtor right there in front of their face, letting them know this is a group effort here and we're going to push your deal together to the finish line. Now, an even cooler thing here is that the client can click Start My Loan Application right here on your quote. What that does is that opens up their borrower portal here where they can start their loan application right here, the 1003 right in the system without leaving the window. They can upload the documents. We're going to request the documents for this type of loan that we're going to need for them to upload. They can see their loan info. They can see the milestone of where their loan is at, all that kind of good stuff, right? And let me show you what this looks like now on your end. You also have the ability to help them with their 1003, help them upload documents. And most importantly, you can request more documents. You can say, hey, I need 12 months bank statements, and it's going to let them know, hey, we need to upload 12 months bank statements. You could say, hey, you know what? This came in as conventional, but I'm actually going to do a VA loan on a W-2 here. Let me go ahead and change the documents to what we need for that. And it's going to change it. So you don't even need to know what type of documents you're going to need right off the bat for each loan, because the system has all the different packets here for you. You can also request signatures. So you can say, oh, I need this type of signature here, and they're going to be able to sign it in their borrower portal without leaving the page through the API. So at no point in time does anyone ever have to go outside of our system here. And of course, you can request custom documents as well, right? So you have control of everything here through the system. Now, once your client fills out the 1003 application right here, they are able to consent to the credit check. It's going to automatically pull their credit. We pay for the credit check, not your client and not you. We pay for the credit check that automatically happens. So once your client fills out the 1003, you click here to open up the Encompass API. We have Encompass right here in our system. The 1003 is already going to be filled in. The credit is already going to be in the Encompass, right? Everything is there automatically start to finish. So you see here how we can take a lead from being a lead to communicating with them, to quoting them, to gathering the documents, to filling out the 1003, to originating the loan in the Encompass with credit, all of that right here in one system, automatically, seamlessly, all the way through the process. Now, what happens once we actually originate the loan? Now we're going to keep track of the loan on our pipeline tab. So on your pipeline tab, you'll have all the different loans of where you at, with what investors or lenders they may be at, the loan amounts, the loan numbers, all that kind of good stuff. Most importantly, the milestone of where the loan is at. So when the appraisal is received, you're going to keep track of that. It's going to ask you if you want to send a status change to the client, which will also send it to the realtor, will also send it to your branch manager. So with one click now, you know where your loan is at, your branch manager knows, the client knows, the realtor knows, and we're all keeping updated here on every step of the loan, every stage, and every milestone. Now, the number one complaint about loan officers from both clients and realtors is lack of communication. So everything in here in our system is automatically set up to where we're going to keep everybody involved and updated on the transaction. So we're going to take somebody in this system from being a prospect and a lead to quoting them, gathering the documents, originating the loan in Encompass, pulling the credit, all that kind of stuff, and then tracking it all the way through the process here. So now let's talk about where the leads actually come from in the first place that we're working here. So plenty of ways to get and work leads here in our system. The first and foremost way that we provide leads is through our own ad campaigns. As Nick said, that's what we specialize in before we got into the mortgage industry. So we are going to give you leads all day, every day, directly to your phone. When people click on our Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns, you get a text immediately so that you can call them within seconds and are on the other end of the phone with them. Real exclusive leads, not shared, not bought from somewhere else. And I'm going to show you what that actually looks like here. I'm going to actually show you a real test profile of mine, and you'll see all the leads coming in. This is just since this morning. We got for a national DSCR leads. We got fix and flip leads coming in here, regular purchase leads. We have trigger leads coming in here. We have national DSCR leads. We have bank statement leads. We have all, look at all these. This is one day from one test account just so far today here. So you'll see real leads coming in all day long from our different lead campaigns. That's the first and foremost way that we are going to provide you with leads. Another way we provide you with leads is through our auto dialer. So we have the auto dialer here. We have tons of different lists in here of leads, whether that be cold calls or trigger leads or realtor calls, all different kinds. You can call 300-400 people in a day using the auto dialer. You just pick up your phone once, you leave it, it's ringing. You can press one button to drop automated text and emails to the people who don't answer. So you can really go in and work here when you're ready to work some more leads. So tons of leads in here already loaded up in the auto dialer for you. So that's another way that we give you leads. Another way that you can work leads in our system is that you can purchase them. So the same leads that we're giving you on that 50-50 split that Nick talked about, you can purchase your own so that there is no lead split. right? So when you purchase your own leads, they're going to go only to you, right to your phone. You're going to be able to contact them. And of course, there's no 50-50 lead split. So a great example of when this worked out in someone's favor was our loan officer, Nicole. She closed her first deal as a loan officer ever. $1,060,000 deal. It got denied at another lender. She got a hold of the client. Jose helped her restructure the loan into a profit and loss statement loan. We were able to close that loan, $1,060,000. It was from one of the leads we sent her, but it was one of the leads that she purchased. She saved $8,000, right? Because her $16,000 commission without the lead split. So she saved $8,000 by purchasing the lead herself. So that's a great example of wanting to make sure you also take our leads all day, the ones we're giving you on a split, but also invest into some of your own leads to fill up your pipeline with those same quality leads that we're giving you for no upfront cost, but you can purchase them yourself to not have a lead split. Another way that you can work leads in our system is to import them. So on our import leads tab here, you'll see we have some simple instructions here on how to bring leads in from elsewhere. So if you already purchased leads from somewhere, Free Rate Update or Zillow or wherever you get leads from that you like already, that's perfect. You can use your custom webhook here that we provide you, follow these directions, and then you can import those in real time into our system so that you get the text and email when it comes in, so you can call them, quote them, gather the documents, everything in our system, just like if it's a lead that we give you, right? But of course, it's your lead without a lead split. You're bringing it in from wherever you're purchasing it, right? So you can still get your own leads from wherever you want and bring them in real time into our system, just like any other lead. So that's the other way that we provide the avenue to work leads here in our system. So basically, any way that we can give you leads or give you the ability to work leads, we're going to do so here in our system, because as I said, that's what we're really big on. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to turn it over to Nick, because he's kind of the lead master here, right? So as we said, we come from the marketing background. We own a marketing agency. Nick is certified by Facebook as a digital marketing associate and a media planning professional. He's certified by Google as a Google Ad search specialist. And we've been doing this for a long time and spent a lot of money on different ads. So obviously the experience really counts there in the digital marketing space. So what I'll let Nick do is talk about the kind of leads that he targets and that we get and why we do that. So go ahead, Nick, and talk a little bit about that. Then we'll have Jose talk a little bit, then we'll open it up to questions here. So go ahead.
All right. So as Kyle mentioned, anytime we do a campaign, we want to make sure we do something different. So we never want to do the same type of ads or leads or go after the same type of customers that anybody else is going to do. We want to do something unique and different. So we have done that here under the mortgage calculator. So for the last 4 years or so, we have been really focused on doing the exact opposite of what the big guys have been doing, and have found ourselves a great niche. And you know, the big rockets and stuff like that, right? They're firing tens of thousands of people while we're hiring, because you know, we found a niche that's going to constantly grow. It may not be the biggest niche in the world, but obviously it's a little bit better business plan than the big guys, right? So instead of spending billions like the big guys and trying to just get the customers for conventional refis that are easy and reduce your guys' commission as the LOs, we've gone the opposite approach, right? We want to focus on the customers that the big guys aren't serving. We're going to find the programs that they don't even have the ability to do, and we're going to knock it out the park by knowing what we're doing and teaching you guys how to do it. So what do we mean by that? So basically, we're going to advertise to the people that are being underserved. So self-employed borrowers, investors, as we mentioned. You know, there's no rocket MLO that's going to know how to do a full doc conventional loan with someone that owns 100 rental properties. But I'm going to teach each of you how to do that, how to do it on their Schedule E, how to do the full 1084 cash flow calculation for Fannie with 100 properties. We'll do it correctly. We'll go through it line by line, and we'll get it done. And we'll do that conventional loan for that borrower who Rocket literally can't do. And we're going to keep that customer for life, right? We're going to do all 100 of that customer's properties because we took the time to do what it took to get them qualified and do what the big guys won't do, right? So we want to work on those customers that aren't being served. We want to send them the programs that the Rocket doesn't have, right? So we have programs that go beyond conventional. We have all of our non-QM programs, all of our commercial programs, all of our fix and flip programs, all the stuff that kind of fits outside the box that we're going to offer them that they may not know exists. And most importantly, our DSCR program, which is our most popular for those investors out there who are really being underserved under the conventional market, right? And then, of course, once we get them in the door, we're going to do our job. So Kyle always wants me to let you guys know that we aren't just all about non-QM. We're going to advertise non-QM because we want to make sure we are providing a niche for ourselves and a differentiator in the marketplace. But when it comes down to it, we're going to open every file and go through the qualifications, right? If the customer qualifies for VA, great, we're going to do a VA loan. Just means that maybe they didn't think they could qualify, but we're going to go through, we're going to open up everything. We're going to see if they qualify for VA, conventional, USDA, whatever it is. And then if we have to, we have hundreds of non-QM programs we can take them into to still close that deal and still provide that client a service. So we're providing a whole different array of kind of services, a whole different angle on it, but we're still serving all the clients in our best ability. We're still doing conventional, we're still doing FHA, we're still doing VA, we're still doing USDA. And then if they don't fit any of those, we have hundreds of other programs to fit them in. So we really want to make sure we are doing something different and unique, and then following it up with still providing the great service that they can get anywhere else on the regular stuff. But if they don't fit in the regular box, that's where we really come in and provide a specialty service for these people. So does that answer it for you there, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's just have Jose talk a little bit about the support here and how everything works, and then we'll open it up to questions. So go ahead, Jose.
Great. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're staying warm. Thank you for joining us today. Jose Gonzalez here, been licensed as a realtor and MLO since September of 1995. One of the main things I do around here is provide support for structuring your files, which you would meet up with me prior to getting deep into the file to make sure you're not going off on a wild goose chase. And then we would meet up again once your file is ready to disclose to basically go over it, disclose it. I click the send button and your file at the end of our meeting would get disclosed to your customer. We do this with all our non-senior MLOs to make sure that again you have traction, you're not spinning your wheels, especially for our newly minted MLOs that this may be the first file that they're ever disclosing in their life. Then we would want to make sure that it's done properly so that within 30 days your file is closing. Real important, as Kyle mentioned, we do get a lot of new people. We put them on the right path really quickly, and within 30 to 60 days, they're closing their first loan in things that they never understood before they joined us, stuff like DSCR loans, profit and loss loans, asset utilization loans, a lot of outside the box products which we offer to allow you to compete and capture all of that business that's out there, transitioning over from conforming conventional agency loans to non-QM. So business is increasing in non-QM because all that business that basically is leaving the conforming market is going into the non-QM market. So if you are not doing non-QM loans, you are leaving money on the table. And we are here to help you scoop all that money up and put it into your bank account. So hope to have you soon as a member of the team to help you disclose your loans and structure your loans. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you, Jose. All right. So what I'll do is I'll just go over the next steps here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And the next step is going to be to go ahead here and sign up on the site for the plan that you're going to move forward with. So whether you're a loan officer assistant or a loan officer, you're going to click here and you're going to fill out a form. It's then going to pop up the actual compensation agreement. Now you don't have to sign it right then. It's going to email you a copy, so feel free to take your time, right? But what it's going to do is after you sign that agreement, then we're going to send you all of the next steps. So take your time, look it over, but when you are ready to move forward, signing that initial agreement is going to kick off the rest of the steps so that we can get your full employment documents and sponsor your license and do all of that kind of stuff next, right? So go ahead, go to the mortgagecalculator.com/join. I know Nick dropped it in the chat there, and sign up. Once you sign that initial agreement, we will go ahead and move forward. With that being said, let's go ahead and open it up to questions here. So go ahead and drop your questions in the Q&A. So you can go ahead and stop recording.